Disney's going to offer you the most expensive vacation you ever didn't want to take. Hey, there's Tom's Tech Show, and today I'm back from surgery and just trying to get as many videos as I can in the half hour that I can sit in a chair. So I was looking around the internet while I was down and found an article from Walt Disney World News today, and they're talking about the expected pricing for the 2-night, 3-day Star Wars hotel experience. Now, once we heard about this originally, I'm like, well, wow, that's gonna be incredible. I mean, for a couple of people, to go there to be able to kind of be immersed in Star Wars. At that time, we didn't know that Galaxy's Edge was going to be the Star Wars Disney only kind of flop that it is. That this is not the Star Wars that people want. This is not the Star Wars that people want to go see. I actually went the other day while I was down. I went and watched all the original trilogy, and just noticed one thing, which is the lines that are in there that we still repeatable lines that make a point that we carry with us. Like, how many times have you looked at somebody in a conversation and said, "I find your lack of faith disturbing," or said, "It's a trap," or "Laugh it up, fuzzball." All these lines and all these things from those original Star Wars movies, and there's so many more, just continue to just stay with us and are part of us, and we use them and reuse them, every day. I mean, how many times have we seen, the "it's a trap" meme over and over and over again on the internet? I mean, it's everywhere, right? So now these new movies, there's zero rewatchability in any of these new films. So there are no lines, there are no phrases, there's no catchphrases, and there's no sayings in any of them that I can even recall one of, because I have no desire to rewatch any of them. And this is a big, huge problem, right? For Disney. I mean, you want videos and movies and content that people are going to want to revisit. That's how you get people saying, okay, I've watched this film 10 times and I've want so much more, that you need to make a new movie or a new something experience for me to go see and me to go do. Well, they haven't done that. They've brought in characters that we don't care about. They've brought in circumstances that are ridiculous. They're pandering to what the Solo movie was probably one of the worst films beyond The Last Jedi that I've ever seen. It was horrible. I couldn't even... It's another one of those things where you're just not believing your eyes. And I didn't pay for it. I watched it on some streaming thing afterwards. I wasn't even going to pay for the piece of garbage film. And I've seen, The Last Jedi once in the theater and never again. I've never watched it again. So, and this is coming from a person, me, as... I think, what was I, 12, 11 or 12, something like that, going with my parents on the initial release of Star Wars and seeing it in the theater the very first month that it was open. And being, completely, from then it was, I'm buying trading cards, I'm doing comic books, I'm doing all these things about Star Wars. And did that for so many years. So I've loved and been immersed in Star Wars. And now... the new stuff is like, well, the Resistance is pointless. Everything else is kind of dumb. So no characters are intriguing or have any depth to them or make me even want to care about them. So now you're taking all of that and putting it into a land, and you're wondering why nobody wants to go. Well, that is possibly what is going to happen, I think, with the hotel. It's going to be probably a Resistance type thing, something, so that you're gonna be immersed in the Resistance. It's like, well, I don't really want the Resistance. I want to be in the Rebellion, or I want to be part of the Empire. I don't. The First Order is lame. the the Resistance is lame. All of the movies are getting to be lamer and lamer and dumber. And looking at the watching videos and stuff while I was down for surgery, watching all the videos about the leaked storyline and different things. Oh, we're trying to find this chip that was in 3PO that somebody left in the glove box of this car spaceship over here. The land speeder. It's in the glove box of the land speeder over there. We got to go find the land speeder before, who'd you sell it to? We got to go find it. I mean, dumb. I mean, I can't. Who makes up these things? I think the writers and stuff in Hollywood are just have gone off their rocker. I don't know. Well, I guess that would be, the ultimate secretary, Kathleen Kennedy, her story group, right? When they, all meet in the bathroom and discuss ideas. That's probably where it's coming from. Okay. But anyway, so we have the Star Wars Hotel. So that gets us to the Star Wars Hotel, which is going to be part of the Disney imagined whatever. So coming down in here, it's going to say, here they say it's going to be $1,000 a day, but I don't know how you get $1,000 a day when it's a 2-night, 3-day stay. I mean, if you're breaking the 3 days down, that's $1,100 a day, but you're not going to be there for the full 3 days because you have to check in the morning of the first day, which burns half the day, and then you're going to have to check out before noon on the third day, so that burns the other half of the day. So really, you're only going to be there for just for 1 full day and 2 half days. So their thinking and math here is completely screwed up. So now we're talking, $1,650 a day for this thing, and that's for one person. So that's $3,300. If you want 2 people to go, that's $6,600. That doesn't get you there. So if you're planning on a Disney vacation, so you're going to go there for the week and you're going to do a weekend at the Star Wars Hotel Experience. So we'd have to fly there. I've checked for a week in Florida from where we are with ticket prices and stuff such as they are for like 4 days there with our air flights and staying at the cheapest Disney hotel that's there. It's usually near to $3,000. So now, if I am going to my week at Disneyland or at the Walt Disney World, and then I'm going to be utilizing the 3-day, 2-night, really 1 day and 2 half days at this, that's another $3,300 a person, so that's $6,600 plus the $3,000 that I just spent to do the other park tickets and stay there. Now we're talking close to $10,000 to be in the Disney area and do the Disney Hotel. So I don't know who or why they're selling this. I mean, it's going to be amazing, and I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are going to do it because a lot of YouTubers have, the subscriber money, to be able to go do that, right? And I'm sure after the first, few months, it's probably going to end up being empty because all the fanatics who want to put the money forward to do it are going to have done it, and are they going to do it again? This is a non-repeatable event again, just like Galaxy's Edge. I mean, if I were to do this and go and do this for $3,300 for a person, for Mrs. Tech Show and myself, and spend the $10,000, mind you, that is almost what I paid for the last car that I bought. Okay, I bought a 1-year-old used Kia Soul. It was in really great, perfect condition. Paid $12,000 for it. Same price as a Disney vacation with Star Wars. Okay, one I get to drive every day. Well, I can't drive right now because I'm restricted duty because of my back surgery. But one I get to drive every day, take me to do things, do places. Drive to Disneyland, all the time. Get to do that. And the other one is basically 2 days of stuff. I don't I'm not seeing the value. I'm not seeing that they've priced this correctly. I mean, if it were, say, I could see $1,500 a person. I could do $1,500, say $3,000 for two people to be able to do. If you could really check in super early and stay really late, to get all the days. So then you get to be in this ship, and they're kind of playing it off like it's a cruise ship. That's why they're doing these different deals, right? So they have the cabins, and so you're pricing cabin for one, pricing 2 day, 3 night, $3,300 for just over, what are their wrong math? Cabins sleep up to 5 passengers, so there's an option of maxing out the cabin for a little bit cheaper price. The cabin with 5 passengers would be $7,200 and be roughly $1,440 a person. So that's kind of like how cruise ships kind of price things out. There is a bigger cabin, that you can get more people in. But so then you would be able to roam around the ship. I guess you get a uniform, I would hope. And then they're going to take you. There's this other concept for this shuttle. It's a bus that goes up and docks and has this little dock that shuttles you over, and then it will take you across and dump you right into Galaxy's Edge. Now, does this experience here that they're charging this money for, does this include tickets to the park? And if you go to the park when you're from Galaxy's Edge, will you be able to go to the other part of the park? Or are you going to be kept specifically in Galaxy's Edge and not allowed to leave? Or on the weekends, during the times when the shuttles are at Galaxy's Edge, are they going to clear out Galaxy's Edge and not allow regular visitors into Galaxy's Edge and only allow the Star Wars Hotel people? Now, that would be an interesting thing because you don't want to, this is the illusion that you're actually living in Star Wars. So if you do that, you don't want to go to Galaxy's Edge and see a bunch of people with their kids and strollers running around. So do we want to clear them out? Maybe there's only a few 4-hour or 5-hour windows. Maybe it's in the morning and the evening or something that you can go and have this exclusive kind of access to Galaxy's Edge. Which the next problem then comes in if you're there and there's not that many people in Galaxy's Edge. You can go there, ride the 2 rides in, about 30 minutes, and then what do you do? What do you do? I mean, I've been to the Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim at Disneyland and walked around, went, okay, we can go. That was it, right? I mean, I rode the ride. I rode the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride. I mean, I rode it. It was nauseating. At best, it was nauseating. So, I mean, I'm never going, and that's the thing, it's nauseating to me, so I'm never going to ride it again. And it was like a big deluxe video game. So now you have people paying $10,000 to come to this hotel, go ride 2 rides in the park, one that makes them throw up, and the other one that is boring, potentially. Or it's about the Resistance and, blah, 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 nobody cares about them. So I think this is going to be initially it's going to be packed, but once it gets, through the first few months of all the YouTubers and reviewers and access media people who just want to go, oh my gosh, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. I love you, Disney. I love you, Disney. I love you, Disney. Please continue to grant me access to these events. Those people are gone. Once they're gone, then you're going to have an empty building, and, there's only, I think they said 30, I think I figured out there's only like 90 rooms or something like that. So it's not going to be very big. There's 3 floors, and I think there's like 30, maybe 30 cabins in a floor or something like that, 20 cabins, 30. So it wasn't that big. So there weren't that many rooms. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to keep filling it after the first few months. I think you'll still have a few people here and there going and and staying at it. But I mean, once you've done this once, like I'm not maxing out. I'm not applying for and getting a new credit card every year so that I can max it out to go and stay at this crazy hotel. You know, I'll go to the park. I'll go look at Galaxy's Edge when I'm there in Disney World the next time I get there. But it's not that much of a draw. It just, if it's going to be the same, and it looks to be completely the same as the one in Anaheim, then the only thing I would do is maybe go on Rise of the Resistance, if that's kind of an okay ride, but it's the Resistance, and I don't care about the Resistance. If it were the, you know, Rebel Alliance, or the Rebellion, with, you know, those characters, those classic characters, which they could fully do. They could shut this thing down, reskin it, redo everything. Galaxy's Edge, they could redo it all and put back the original classic characters. Rumors notwithstanding that they got to pay George Lucas some money. Wah, wah, wah. Otherwise, you haven't. So the option, right, is reskin it. Is A, leave it as it is, continue to lose money, continue to have no one go there, or reskin it, make tons of money, and have to give a little bit of that to George Lucas. I'm not a bookkeeper, but I know how to do math. And that seems to be the better way to go. So we will see. There are different rumors about it. But as far as the hotel, I just think it's going to get rave reviews. It's going to be awesome and incredible by the people that want to keep their access to Disney. And this pricing is just outrageous for what it is. So I don't know. I think they're in a dream state. I think they can just think. I mean, we've seen currently that the attendance to Disneyland has been way down. Well, our passes that we bought this year that I can't use right now because my back is gone. I can't even get there, but I'm still paying for the pass. You know, $1,400 times 2. I mean, that's, you know, that's a hefty sum. When we first started buying our passes, quite a few years ago, I think 15 years ago or so, something like that, we paid $319. So you're telling me that over that amount of time, that inflation has increased by 400, you know, items by 400%? I don't think so. So they're hyper outpacing inflation. And what are they doing? You know, I'd say what they're doing. What are they doing with the money? But, you know, the parks have been nice, and they put a lot of money back into the parks. So I could say that, but I still think that they're pricing themselves out of being the place to go. As other parks come up, like Universal Studios and Harry Potter and stuff like that, are similarly detailed in their development and similarly immersive. So the problem is really that their, you know, competition is now out there. But I think this might be, I mean, a little bit steep for a lot of people. I mean, if you can get a group together, I guess, and pay, you know, $7,200 for a cabin of 5 that you want to, you know, basically live with. I don't know that many other people that I would want to go to and stay in the same cabin with for any length of time. That would be that much into Disney and Star Wars and everything else that we would all want to pay all that money. So it's going to be a hit or miss. I think it's going to miss again, mostly because it's Disney Star Wars and not the classics, not the original series, the original trilogy. So, all right, well, that's what's coming. This could be true, this could be false, but it seems like the way Disney is pricing things, the way Disney is doing things, that's kind of how they're going to be doing it. Price it up, get the price up, just like the Haunted Mansion event that was held a few weeks ago at Disneyland, the 50th anniversary of it. $300 a person to go to a private event that gave you the opportunity to buy stuff. So I did see some videos from it, and it was all right. I mean, they had a few, you know, little singing things and whatever, but Was it worth $300? Would that event worth $300? No. I went to an event that was when they brought the Electrical Light Parade back. I think that was $175 a person, and you had full access to almost all of the park, and got to get pictures next to the floats and stuff like that. So it was very small, not very many people. So it was my birthday. It was kind of a birthday thing, so that made it a little bit different. So it was kind of a birthday present, but that was $175. This was $300. So why the difference? Why does this event, which kind of does kind of the same thing, now this other event now? So one was like 2 years ago, and this is, in 2 years your cost of you doing events has gone up 90%. So I think Disney is running a race that's going to eventually, just price themselves out of everything. Even all the Halloween stuff is pricing themselves out. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to, want to pay for the top of the line pass that we have. That even, it's going to go up to what, $1,500 next year probably. So it's going to be $3,000 if I want to, so that's getting to be crazy. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts. I think Disney's going off the rails, but we'll see if they can right themselves. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, especially in the case of Star Wars, especially once Episode 9 comes out and fails miserably, and Jumanji slams it in the theater and just beats it in the box office and everything else. That will be a huge black eye. I don't really plan on going and seeing Episode 9 right away. Maybe after it gets to a cheap theater or something, I might go, but I'm okay with watching it once it comes out on, Disney Plus. That's fine. I don't care. I'll be paying for that. So anyway, thanks for watching this. If you like any of my other videos and stuff, and just check around my channel, see what's out there. I am going to start posting more once again now that I'm off my surgery. I can now sit in a chair. Probably sat for too long already just for this video itself. So I'm breaking some rules just to bring you this information and to have this chat with you. So thanks for watching, and take care.